Hello, everybody. It's Maikito. I'm finally back from my trip. It was a long, exhausting drive. It was 12 hours there, and then I still had an extra hour because I drove with my family. But that's besides the point. I'm finally back. On the way here, while I wasn't driving, I was trying to find picks that I did like, and from the list that I had, two of them, one of them got taken away, and one of them got bumped. I'm still gonna mention the one that got bumped, but I do have less picks than usual because one, I feel like I didn't have as much time as I wanted to, and two, I don't want to force any picks. Um, don't want to give you guys any bad ones. Three, if I do have any added ones, I always add them in the pinned comment in case the other one comes back. I'll add them in the pinned comment and stuff like that. So I'll just go ahead and try to get straight into the picks. And the first one is Bukayo Saka to go higher than 3 shots assisted, playing at home for Arsenal, going up against Leicester City. He's gone over in 2 out of 3 away games, or had 3+ in 2 out of 3 home games. Sorry. And the only underweight that he had was against a tough Brighton defense, in which Arsenal were a man down and had a red card. So it was just unfortunate for them. And now they're playing a low block, low possession Leicester team. So what I mean by that is that Leicester, first of all, give away the possession to the opponents, so the opponents have more chance to attack on them, and they're low block, so it's not like they go up and press whenever they are defending. No, they sit back and just try to block incoming attacks that come in. And in 2 away games that Leicester have played, they gave away 20 shots to Crystal Palace and 18 shots to Fulham, and now they're playing a much better attack in Arsenal, and Saka's going to get a lot of opportunities. He's their set piece taker, whether it's free kicks or corners. He crosses the ball into his teammates, and Leicester are bad at aerial duels and bad at defending set pieces, which means Arsenal defenders and anybody coming in for the cross are going to have a much easier time compared to other opponents to get those headers in, which is good for us. And like I said, since they give away a lot of possession, there's even more chances for them. And they're also weak at defending the wings, which means more space and more space to exploit for Bukayo Saka. And since Leicester defending a low block, he can not only get not only can he cross it in during normal gameplay, he can also get easy cutbacks to like a midfielder, and they can take those long shots. So I like this prop. I like Bukayo Saka to go higher than 3 shots assisted. My next pick is Kevin Stoger to go higher than 1.5 shots, playing at home for Gladbach, going up against Union Berlin. He's gone over in 2 out of 4 games this season, going over against Frankfurt and Bochum, and the ones that he went under was against defensive matchups in Stuttgart and Leverkusen. And now he has a good matchup against Union Berlin, a team he went over this mark in both games last season when he played for an even worse team, and that was for Bochum. And in those games, he had 2 shots and 4 shots. We just need him to take 2. He averaged 2.52 shots per 90 last season, which is good. And he went from taking 1.9 shots away all the way up to 2.8 at home. So he takes that extra shot at home, which is what we like. He's a long shot taker, so he can take those shots from long shots. And he's their set piece taker, so when they get free kicks and they are in a good position, he will take those shots. 4 out of his 5 shots this season have been from outside the box, and last season 55 out of his 75 total shots were from outside the box. So he takes those long shots when he's given the chance, and I like that against Berlin, who are a low possession team, which is good for us because he's gonna have more of the ball, which means more chances for him to get those long shots. And they're bad at fouling opponents, especially in like dangerous positions. So that's free kick opportunity for him to get as well. And I think it's a good opportunity and a good matchup and a good line for Kevin Stoger to go higher than 1.5 shots. My next prop is Nicolas Vasilj to go higher than 3.5 saves, playing away from home for St. Pauli, going up against Freiburg. He's gone over in both away games so far this season, 4 against Union Berlin and 5 against Augsburg. And now he's playing against a better attack, in my opinion, in Freiburg so far. Excuse me. So far, the shots on target that Freiburg have taken, they took 6 against Stuttgart, 3 against Bayern, 9 against Bochum, and 5 against Heidenheim. And their only good home matchup that they've had is against Bochum, and in that one, like I mentioned, they took 9 on target. So I expect around similar stats for this next game as well against St. Pauli. And Freiburg also take a lot of long shots, which are easy saves for him to get as well, and they take a lot of chances. They create a lot of chances, so there's going to be a lot of shots coming from the Freiburg side, and it's up to Nikolai to get those saves, and probably don't keep possession of the ball, which is also good for us because Freiburg will have more of the ball, which means more opportunities for them, and they're better defending set pieces as well. So if it comes to corners or free kicks, Freiburg can get those opportunities as well. And they're going up against an informed Freiburg team, and Vasilj has saved 71.4% of saves so far this season, which is good, and he saved 68.7% last season. And I think St. Pauli have not done well when it comes to adjusting to this new league. They played in the second division, they got promoted, and they haven't been playing well at all this season. So I like this mark against an informed Freiburg side. I like Nikola Vasilj to go higher than 3.5 saves. And the last player prop that I have so far is Ederson to go higher than 2 saves, playing away from home for Manchester City, going up against Newcastle. Although Ederson did not play against Newcastle last season and the away games because he was injured in those games, Ortega, who was his replacement, went over in both away games against Newcastle last season, and I think they're underestimating this line with the Newcastle attack, who's pretty good. Not to mention the fact that, first of all, Manchester City do not have De Bruyne because he is injured, which means they don't have that control in the midfield as much as they would. And they also don't have Rodri, which is their main defensive midfielder, who also helps control the game a lot. So they're missing 2 key pieces in the midfield. So I feel like it's going to be more possession for Newcastle, which means more opportunities for them. And against with this attack at the team 2.0, just too low of a mark. And with the defense, Man City still have a good defense, so the shots that he does face, I feel like will be easier for him to get. And I see him getting good value at a line like this at 2.0. So like Ederson to go higher than 2 saves. I want to give a quick shout out to my partner Underdog Fantasy. You can use code Maikito in the description. They'll match your first deposit up to $100. I also have the YouTube membership. You get content out before anybody else. And do not think I forgot about the giveaway that I mentioned. I'm actually, I said last video I'm gonna do 2, but I'm actually gonna do 3 because, like I said, this video is late and I don't want to delay it any longer than I have to. So next video, I promise, I will randomly select 3 members and you will all get your membership paid for. So stay tuned for next video. Trust me, I did not forget. I also have my other codes on in the description, and I really appreciate anybody who supports me in any way. My first money line play that I like is the San Jose Earthquakes to go under 1.5 goals, playing away from home against Montreal. They're the worst team in the MLS. They have a below average attack, scoring 22 goals in 15 away games. And Montreal have an average defense, allowing 23 goals in 15 games. But they go from allowing 17.2 shots away all the way down to 11.8 at home. So they're a lot better at not allowing shots when they play at home. And San Jose go from taking 14.1 shots at home to 10.3. So they're bad at finishing their chances in the first place. First of all, I think there's a good chance that Montreal keep a clean sheet. But San Jose might score 1. I just really like the odds that they won't score 2. And they have gone under in their last 6 games against each other. They have gone under this mark, both home and away. The last time that San Jose were able to score 2 against Montreal was at home back in 2013. But when it comes to San Jose playing Montreal away from home, they have never hit this mark in the history in this matchup. And Montreal only 2 points away from trying to get close to a playoff spot. So they need to win. They need to play good defense. And I think you're getting good value on this prop. So I like San Jose Earthquakes to go under 1.5 goals. My next prop is the RB Leipzig money line going up against Augsburg. Their defense hasn't been an issue so far this season. They've only conceded in 1 out of 4 games, and it was away to Leverkusen. It's really their attack in which they've been struggling in, and I think this is a perfect matchup for them to take advantage of and get the morale up. Augsburg had conceded 10 goals in 4 games so far this season, and they've only played 1 away game, and in that game they lost 4-0 to Heidenheim. And now they're playing a much better attack compared to Heidenheim. Leipzig scored 5 goals in 2 games against them last season, and at home they scored 40 goals in 17 games, so they can keep their defense. I expect them to have a good defense against Augsburg. It's just whether they can go out there and attack and finish their chances in which they've been struggling, and I expect them to this game. Leipzig have had the chances, they just haven't been able to convert, and they're a much better team, and they need that boost because their next game is still at home, but it's in the Champions League against Juventus, so they haven't done as well in the Bundesliga as much as they've wanted to, and now it's a good matchup, and it's a good boost for them, and I like this matchup, so I like the RB Leipzig money line against Augsburg. And the last play that I like It's a Borussia Mönchengladbach money line going up against Augsburg. My lean, if you want to take, is Mönchengladbach to go higher than 1.5 goals, but you're getting a little bit of value here taking their money line. And I think they're underestimating Gladbach, who have a good attack. They just have had tough matchups in the first 4 games of the season. They've played Leverkusen, Stuttgart, and Frankfurt, and their only favorable matchup in which they're the better team was away to Bochum, and even away from home, they still were able to beat them 2-0. While Berlin, on the other hand, have had easier matchups. They've played Mainz, they've played St. Pauli, and they've played Hoffenheim, and they had the one good matchup they had, or a bad matchup for them, was a draw against Leipzig. But like I mentioned in the last pick, they just haven't been able to convert their chances. So I expect Mönchengladbach to be able to do that. They have a good attacking trio with Playa, Stoger, and Kleinheis. They have a good trio who can score. They just need to defend better. And Berlin, in the 2 away games that they've played, in which they've had easy matchups, they've only scored 1 goal in 2 games, and they had the worst attack away from home last season out of anybody in the league, scoring 11 goals in 17 games. So they average less than a goal a game, and so far they're on that pace. And they lost 11 out of 17 away games. And I just think Mönchengladbach have had tough matchups so far. It's just whether they won't lose, it's just whether they won't draw. And I like their chances here against Augsburg, who's not a good defense. They just had good matchups. So I like this line. I like the Mönchengladbach money line against Augsburg. Thank you everybody for watching. Like I mentioned earlier, I didn't forget about the giveaway. I said I was going to do 2 random people, but I'm actually going to do 3 because this video is also, I'm just going to send it out straight to the public because I want to get it out as soon as I can. I tried to get as much research done. I will likely have added plays about 30 minutes to an hour before kickoff time, so you can keep in the lookout for those. I had them in the pinned comment, and I know people. I also have the Discord. It's completely free if you want to join that, for people that want to just talk about lines, post their slips, and just, that's a great community I'm trying to build over there to talk about other sports as well. I know people have asked me there why I don't add the added plays there, but that's because not everybody has Discord, and there's much more people obviously on the YouTube than on Discord. So the only reason why I don't do that is just because not everybody has the Discord. So for those wondering why I had never done that, but I've thought about doing it, just why not, but I don't want to make that a premium Discord or anything. That's just completely free that you can join, so you can go ahead and do that. But other than that, I'm back now, hopefully back to a normal schedule. I am a little sick. I literally just got sick last night, so other than that, I'll just recover, still bring out the picks to you guys. I know I'm rambling a little bit, but just trying to get this video out as soon as I can. So I hope everybody has a good night, a good day, and hopefully we can cash out tomorrow.